Have you ever wondered why so few people stay strong, sharp, and truly thriving well past their 80th birthday? It's not just luck. And it's not random. There are 4 powerful, but often invisible, forces working inside your body that can determine whether those later years feel vibrant, or become a daily struggle. Turning 80 is an incredible milestone. But staying healthy and independent beyond that age requires much more than simply blowing out candles each year. It takes real awareness, intentional choices, and a clear understanding of what's quietly happening beneath the surface. Here's the truth: for silent, relentless opponents gradually weaken your body as the years go by. Most people don't even know they're there, until the consequences are impossible to ignore. By the time symptoms appear, the damage has often been building for years. In this video, we're going to break down those 4 hidden reasons why so many older adults lose energy, strength, and quality of life after 80. And none of this is guesswork. These insights are backed by decades of medical research and clinical experience. Once you understand these core principles, you'll realize the goal isn't about trying to live forever. It's about protecting what matters most: your strength, your independence, and your peace of mind, for as long as possible. Stay with me until the very end, because the 4th factor might surprise you, and it could be the most important one of all. Factor 1: hidden inflammation that speeds up aging. One of the greatest threats to your health after 80 doesn't come from outside sources, it's happening inside your own body. Doctors call it inflammaging, a slow, constant, low-grade inflammation that quietly damages your cells, your tissues, and even your organs without causing obvious pain or swelling at first. Over time, this invisible fire chips away at your body's defenses. It's not the same as the redness or swelling you see when you sprain an ankle. This is internal. It builds up year after year from chronic stress, processed foods, lack of good sleep, too much sitting, and exposure to environmental toxins. Even if you feel fine, this hidden inflammation can be weakening every system you depend on: your heart, your brain, your joints, your immune system. Take George, for example. He's 82. He never smoked, rarely drank, walked every day, and thought he was doing everything right. Yet he felt constantly tired, stiff, and mentally foggy. His regular blood work looked normal. But a specialist found that his inflammatory markers were sky-high. No obvious disease, just years of silent inflammation that had been quietly wearing him down. As we age, our bodies lose the ability to keep that inflammation in check. That's why the same habits you could get away with in your 50s or 60s, like eating processed snacks, skipping exercise, or getting poor sleep, take a much heavier toll after 80. Unchecked inflammation raises your risk for dementia, heart disease, frailty, and loss of mobility. But here's the good news: you can fight back, and the tools are simple and free. Eat more whole, unprocessed foods. Move your body every day, even if it's just a short walk. Make sleep a priority. Each of those small choices helps calm that internal fire, giving your body a much better chance to stay strong and capable well into your later years. Factor 2: muscle loss that leads to weakness and falls. Starting around age 60, we all begin to lose muscle mass. By the time you hit 80, that loss accelerates. The medical term is sarcopenia. It doesn't hit all at once. At first, it's subtle. Jars are harder to open, standing up from a chair takes more effort, and stairs suddenly feel steeper. But this isn't just about feeling weaker. Muscle isn't just for lifting things, it's critical for balance, joint stability, blood sugar control, and even your metabolism. When muscle mass fades, your risk of falling skyrockets. And after 80, one serious fall can change everything. Frank's story is a perfect example. He was 84, mentally sharp, cheerful, and living independently. Then one day, he tripped over a rug and broke his hip. He had always thought of himself as steady. But the accident revealed just how much strength he'd quietly lost. Recovery meant weeks in bed. Bed rest caused even more muscle loss. Soon, he needed a walker, and the active, independent life he loved began to shrink. The danger of sarcopenia isn't just the loss of muscle, it's the chain reaction it sets off: falls, hospital stays, mobility aids, and a growing loss of independence. But here's the key: muscle loss is not inevitable. You can slow it down, and even reverse some of it, with consistent action. Daily walking makes a difference. Adding light weights or resistance bands a few times a week can do wonders. Getting enough protein helps your muscles rebuild and stay strong. Gentle stretching keeps you flexible and steady. You don't have to become a bodybuilder at 80. The goal is simple: to keep enough strength and balance to do the things that make life worth living: gardening, cooking, shopping on your own, or simply getting out of bed safely each morning. Muscle is your body's silent protector. After 80, maintaining it may be the single biggest factor that lets you not just live longer, but live better, with more freedom and dignity. If you're finding this helpful, take a moment to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with your friends and family. Leave a comment below, we love hearing your thoughts. And don't forget to check out our other videos for more tips that can keep you stronger, sharper, and healthier for years to come. Factor 3. Poor sleep that wears down your body and mind. Sleep changes as we age, and not always in good ways. Many older adults have trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or reaching that deep, restorative rest their bodies desperately need. After 80, poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It affects your memory, your mood, your energy, and even your physical health. You might notice feeling more sluggish during the day, forgetting simple things, or getting irritable more easily. But there's an even bigger issue hiding underneath. Your body does its most important repair work while you sleep. Your brain clears out toxins. Your immune system resets. Your cells rebuild. When your sleep is shallow, broken, or too short, those repair jobs don't get done. Over time, that leaves you more vulnerable to illness, cognitive decline, and faster aging. Alice, who's 86, thought waking up 3 or 4 times each night was just normal for her age. She assumed it was something she had to accept. But gradually, she noticed her memory slipping and her energy dropping. She started catching more colds than ever before. Even minor infections lingered longer than they should have. Her doctor explained something most people overlook: sleep isn't just about rest, it's a critical foundation for brain health, immune strength, and overall vitality. When Alice made improving her sleep a real priority, by adjusting her routine, limiting caffeine and alcohol, and creating a cool, dark, and quiet bedroom, her energy came back. Her thinking felt sharper, and her body handled everyday challenges far better than before. Too many older adults assume poor sleep is simply part of aging. But that's not the whole story. There are simple, practical steps that can dramatically improve sleep quality, at any age. Keep a regular bedtime schedule. Get exposure to natural light in the morning. Move your body during the day. Avoid heavy meals and stimulants late at night. Even small changes like these can lead to deeper, more restorative rest. After 80, good sleep is as important as nutritious food or safe physical activity. It affects how steady you walk, how clear you think, how strong your immune system stays, and how much energy you have to enjoy life. It's not about sleeping longer, it's about sleeping better. Making quality sleep a non-negotiable priority could be one of the smartest choices you make to protect your independence, memory, and health. If you're still with us and finding value in this information, type the number 2 in the comments below. That lets us know you're actively watching and learning, and it really helps this message reach more people who need it. Factor 4. Loneliness and the loss of daily purpose. There's another danger that quietly affects more people over 80 than we usually admit. It's not an illness you can diagnose with a blood test, but it can be just as damaging. It's loneliness, and the slow disappearance of a meaningful reason to wake up each day. This isn't just about feeling sad or bored. Social isolation triggers measurable physical changes in the body. Research shows it can shorten life expectancy even more than some chronic diseases. As we age, our social circles naturally shrink. Friends pass away. Children move far away. Health issues make it harder to get out. Without realizing it, many older adults spend more and more time alone, not just physically, but emotionally. Take Bill, for example. He's 88, a widower whose wife passed away 5 years ago. His kids live in other states and visit only during holidays. He keeps his home tidy, cooks his meals, and watches TV. Some days, though, he doesn't speak to a single person. What he misses most isn't noise or busyness, it's the feeling of being needed. Of knowing that someone values his presence, that someone is waiting to hear his voice. Human beings are wired for connection. And after 80, when careers end, caregiving roles wind down, and neighbors become strangers, many people lose more than just social interaction, they lose their sense of identity. That simple question, "Why should I get up today?" can start to feel heavier and harder to answer. Over time, this emotional weight affects not only mood but also immunity, balance, and the drive to stay physically active. But here's the hope: purpose doesn't have to be big to be powerful. It can be watering your plants, calling a friend, feeding birds, or helping a neighbor. Small acts of meaning create rhythm, joy, and connection. Even when it feels awkward, reaching out to others often brightens both lives, yours and theirs. Solitude is not the enemy. Finding peace in your own company is a strength. But when feeling invisible turns into feeling unnecessary, the body suffers. If you're over 80, or love someone who is, ask this simple question: what gives you purpose right now? Then protect that purpose as carefully as you would protect your health, because in many ways, it is medicine, for your body, your mind, and your soul. Living beyond 80 is a rare and precious gift. But too many people reach that age unaware of what's quietly working against them: chronic inflammation, muscle loss, poor sleep, and emotional isolation. By the time these problems show themselves, they've often been eroding health and independence for years. Knowledge is your greatest tool. Small, steady choices, starting today, can shape the way you move, think, and feel not just this year, but for the rest of your life. Which of these 4 factors hit home for you the most? Was it hidden inflammation, muscle loss, the power of quality sleep, or the importance of staying connected? Whatever stood out, don't let it stay just a piece of information. Let it become action. Let it be the reason you take one small step today to protect your body, your mind, and your independence. Aging isn't about fading away. It's about focusing on what truly matters, guarding it fiercely, and letting everything else go. You've earned the right to live this chapter with strength, purpose, and dignity. Don't settle for less. Thank you for spending this time with us today. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. And tell us in the comments, what's one change you're ready to make right now? Your words mean more than you know, and they inspire us to keep creating content that can make a real difference. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video.